So today's video is a bit controversial because I'm gonna tell you to do something that the vast majority of people would tell you not to do. And actually, they would tell you to not even consider doing it because it's simply wrong. What we're going to try to do here today is understand how you can do it, why you should do it, when you should do it, and how does it work in the way we are going to do it here, because we're going to try to understand that certain things need to be used in certain occasions in order to protect yourself. It's not in order to attack other people. Today's video is about how to conserve the evilness inside of you. But before you leave the video thinking this guy is crazy, let me tell you, what I'm proposing here, what I want to suggest in this video is how can you keep deep inside of you, very well hidden, very well locked, but ready to use whenever you need to defend yourself, a certain malice, a certain evilness that will prevent you from being completely screwed by other people, fooled by other people, ruined by other people, so to say. Let me start with an example that is going to clarify what I'm telling you. Let's suppose that you study martial arts, okay? And let's suppose that you are lucky enough to have good masters. I wasn't that lucky. I only met one master that I really admired, and from him I learned a lot. But the vast majority of the masters that I met, they were not what I was looking for. But let's suppose that you find a good martial arts master. If you find a good one, what this martial arts master is going to tell you most probably is learn martial arts to defend yourself. Don't attack people. Don't be a violent person. Don't use it to inflict damage or pain into others. Don't become a coward. Don't attack people who are not prepared or trained to fight you. So use it to defend yourself whenever you need. Well, basically, what I want to tell you is what I have learned from this master. I want to tell you this, but not necessarily for martial arts. It's not only for martial arts, it's also for this kind of attack and this kind of attack, so to say. I want you to be able to protect yourself and defend yourself when you notice that you have people around you that you should not have. When you notice that you are dealing with people you should be attentive with. And this is a very important part of dealing with yourself. It's an important part because you need to accept this bad side, this evil side of yours, without thinking that you are a bad person, a bad human being, that you are evil, or that you are capable of this and that, and so on. We are all capable of so many horrendous things. That doesn't mean that we are going to do them. What I want you to have in mind, what I want to propose you with this video, is that you don't walk out in the world as if it was a garden of roses and everyone around you was just lovely and sweet and trying to help you and kind, and that the world is filled with good people, because I don't know how optimistic you are. I'm not that optimistic. I've seen a lot, I've traveled a lot, I've met a lot of people. I don't think the world is filled with good people. And the best example that I can give you is, if the world would be filled with good people, decent people, people trying to do the best, we wouldn't be living in the world we are living. That's the way that I perceive things. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't see thousands of millions of billions of people who are just lovely and kind and caring and so on. I think they're the minority. And when you meet these kind of people, you really have to value them. You really have to stick to them. You really need to make friends with them. Above all, when you notice that they are like real deal. But on the other hand, you have the people who are just bad people. Let's not use more bad words than this, but there are people that are simply not nice for various reasons. It doesn't matter, but they do things that harm others, and it doesn't matter as well if they do it on purpose, not on purpose, in a conscious way, in an unconscious way. It doesn't matter. They just do it, and you need to be able to defend yourself. You need to be able to prevent those situations from happening. And If they are happening, to defend yourself as quick as you can, react to them as quick as you can. Otherwise, you're just going to be destroyed by other people. People will just run over you. Is there a formula to know when people are trying to take advantage of you or when people are doing something bad to you? No, unfortunately, there is no formula. What you need to develop is your sense of perception, is your understanding of what's going on around you. You have to notice if people who are getting close to you are getting close to you because they really admire you as a person, because they really care for you as a human being, because they share the same values you share, because they have the same goals you have and they want to pursue these goals in an honest way. These are signs that you are surrounded by decent people. You can also go wrong. It can also go wrong, but in general, it's a sign that you are surrounded by good people. If you have these people around you, stick to them, be friends with them, go on. But if the people who are around you, if the people who surround you are people whom you notice that they are always expecting something from you, they are always negotiating the relationships they have with you, regardless if it's a job, family, friend, boyfriend or girlfriend, husband or wife, or whatever it is. If you notice that people are always negotiating, that they are always somehow expecting something from you when they do something, that is always an exchange, that is always like a negotiation, that is always like you need to do something, you owe me something, I did this for you, you have to do this for me. Or if you notice that you have someone who apparently is helping you, but behind your back you have already noticed that the behavior is weird, or someone told you that the behavior of this person changes when you are not present, you have to be attentive to this kind of sign, and you have to be able to either distance yourself or silence, or not sharing important information about your life, or not sharing your difficulties or your fears or the things that are going on in your life that even can go well, your plans and so on. Avoid sharing that. As I said, you do not need to attack, but you need to be able to defend. Don't become bitter and resentful by one or two disappointments or one or two bad situations that you have lived or that you know that someone else has lived. You don't have to close yourself on yourself completely, ignore the world, do everything in silence, never build friendships, never tell anyone about your plans or dreams or anything like that. You don't have to be like that, because believe me, when you are older, you will regret that and you will be a very, very, very bitter person, a person full of resentment, a person full of darkness inside, and you are not going to be able to deal with yourself and with other people. So don't do that. But be attentive to the people that surround you, be attentive with who you're dealing with, and have that little evilness, have that little poison inside of you ready to wake you up and ready to say defend, alarm, red flag, whatever it is. Defend yourself and don't let this person ruin your life. Again, I repeat, it can be friendship, it can be a relationship, it can be a relation at work, it can be anything. Have this capacity of distancing, walking away, not sharing anymore, not doing so many favors and so many things for people, avoiding sharing a lot of things about your life with certain people, because you might regret terribly telling certain people what your plans are, what your thoughts are, what you expect of something, what you want to do about something. And it can even be worse. You can be hurt or damaged by those who you considered to be the closest people to you, the ones that were supposed to be your real friends, the real deals, and the people that you truly believed. So be careful, even when you think that something is solid, is been happening for a bunch of years, and you've been through a lot of things with this person. I'm not telling you to how can I put that? I'm not telling you to live your life in alarm mode and be crazy and neurotic and think that everyone wants to screw you and ruin you and so on. No, don't. But be alert to certain signs, small things. Someone who always tells you, I'll be there for you, I'll be there for you, I'll be there for you. And when you really need, when the moment really comes, the person disappears. The person says, oh, yeah, 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 I will try to help you. But in fact, the person is not really trying to help you. Be attentive to these kind of signs, because these signs will appear sooner or later. No one can mask forever. No one can fake forever. No one can be the best actor that would be worth the Oscar for the entire life. So there will be moments in which you will be able to see how things are going and what they mean. Be attentive to that. Read those signs, because when they come, they are a warn. They are not a promise, they are not a guarantee, but they are a warn. And you have to be attentive to when these warning signs come. Otherwise, people will just take so much advantage of you and cause you so much damage.